recording. Cool. Well, I'm really glad you guys are here. Welcome to Kids and Oils. This is actually one of my favorite topics with essential oils because kids are just so good at using oils. They're more intuitive than we are, and they're better at just understanding like sensory responses and just knowing intuitively what to go for. And they respond so well to it. They also really respond well to just the time that it takes to apply oils to a child and just that sense of kind touch and time spent together. And so it really helps us slow down, take a minute, and really address whatever is going on with that child. And I know I'm a better mom for using essential oils. I resisted it for years and years and years, but it really changed the feel of our home. And so I'm really glad to be able to share that with you. We have a feline visitor here. I'm really glad to be able to share that with you because it's just something that I'm very passionate about, and it's something that has added just life to our home. And we're just really glad to have this option when we need it. Go away. So my name is Anna. And I live in Dallas, the Dallas area, South Dallas actually, with my family. We live on a very small property, but we pretend that we're farmers with a big garden and some chickens and a pig and this super annoying cat that's in my face right now. My husband is in youth ministry. He is working from home right now. And so that is a new and exciting challenge. And so I'm spending lots and lots and lots of time in the garden because it's like we have people in our home all the time with all the video stuff. And we are using oils constantly because we want to stay healthy and we want to stay sane. And so for kids, for adults, we found that that's a really great way to just support our emotional health and our physical health. And we're just really glad we have them because they're shelf stable. We have had them for a long time. They're ready when we need them, and they're so versatile. You can use them for so many different things.
Yeah, they're awesome. So I'm Hannah. I live in Isani, Minnesota. We live about an hour north of the Twin Cities. We started with essential oils about now 6 years ago. And we kind of got started because of my daughter. She was colicky and we weren't sure what was going on between reflux and colic, and it was just kind of a nightmare. And that's kind of what dipped our toes in the water. And now we use it for everything. If our kids have a scratch, they come flying inside asking for an oil instead of a Band-Aid. And I just love that. Especially my littlest Hudson, he's 4. Oh my gosh, he's 4. He just, he's always, Mom, I need an oil. Mom, I need this. Mom, I need an oil for this. So we're really thankful to have these in our house because, like Anna said, they know what they need and they're able to ask for it, which is so great. And growing up with oils, I think is going to set them up for awesome success in the future. So, yeah.
Cool.
Love them.
Okay. I am going to share. We've got some slides prepared for you guys. Uh-oh, and I'm way at the end here. Okay, here we go.
All right, so what to expect from today's class. We're just gonna go over some basics about essential oils, how to use them safely, why we choose doTERRA for our families, why these oils work so great for kids, a few of our favorite remedies and how to use them, and then how to get these into your home. I heard it quoted once. I was just telling Anna, I can't remember if it was from Mayo or Johns Hopkins, but they had said that 80% of doctor visits could have been treated in the home. We're not here to make any medical claims, of course, but we have found that using these oils with our kids has given us happy and healthy kiddos, which is awesome. And we believe that we can share our knowledge to other parents by teaching them about safe uses of these oils. We are going to focus specifically on kids today. If you guys have questions about oils for babies or oils for moms support, or teenagers or more specific needs, feel free to ask us at the end of questions or put them in the chat box. And then we'll also respond to you one-on-one if needed. So doTERRA offers an amazing collection of kids oils that are ready to use at a moment's notice. These oils are just as powerful as the other bottles of essential oils, but are geared more toward kids, using more gentle oils, and they're pre-diluted, ready to go. So what makes doTERRA's essential oils different? Essential oils of the purest form are designed to work at a cellular level. They harness the power of the plant by using co-impacted sourced essential oils. This means that our essential oils are sourced from all over the world where they are native. The practices doTERRA follows allows them to have the purest essential oils in the world. Some basics about the essential oils you guys can see right there. They're tested for purity and efficacy by doTERRA and third-party testers. Part of why we love essential oils so much is how they work on a cellular level. They truly do speak the body's language. They assist your body in what your body's trying to do. So it doesn't mask something, cover something up. It's just assisting your body's natural ability to do what it's supposed to do. So they are safe. They're a great natural option for our kids' gentle systems, and they don't build up and cause toxic issues in our kids, which is amazing.
Amen to that. Okay, so basic essential oil use, just how anytime you have essential oils in your home and you're ready to use them, there are 3 ways to do that: aromatically, topically, and internally. You can take oils internally. We generally kind of save that in my house for a little bit older or more rare occasions, just because kids' systems are so sensitive, and we only recommend using doTERRA oils in that way, just because of the testing and the sourcing of those. There are a lot of oils out there that are tampered with or have things added to them, and so what you get what you pay for a lot in that. If you see frankincense, for example, for $10, that's probably not just frankincense, or it's sourced in a way that would be exploitive to the people who are gathering that frankincense. So that's just something to think about. But that's internal. We're actually not going to talk much about internal use, but that is one of the ways we use it. And then aromatically, aromatic use of essential oils is the most basic way to use them. You can either put them in a diffuser, turn it on, and have that just immediately in the air, or you can even just put a drop right in your hand, put it up to your face or your child's face, use it that way. Especially with little ones, really effective to use aromatically. Even if you just put it in your hair, put it on your own skin, they're going to get the aromatic benefit of that. And then topically is a great way to use oils also. And we're really going to be talking about those 2 in particular. This little kit that you see right here is a pre-mixed, pre-diluted, ready to roll on little bodies and sensitive systems right away. Hey, speaking of little bodies, why don't you come sit over here? This is my daughter, Esther. She's 8, although she is having a birthday next month. You want to say hi? Hi. And one thing that is so great about topical use is that is another way to use it internally. When you put oils in your in a capsule and take them internally that way, you're dealing with the digestive system. But when you use them topically, they actually absorb into the surface of the skin, go into the blood system and pump all through the body, and your body is able to use that oil, use the properties of that oil in any way it needs to support the different systems that that oil works with. Okay, there are a couple of things to think about whether you're using them with kids or adults, and that there are a few safety tips using oils.
Okay, so hands down, first up, no oils in your eyes, ears, nose, private parts. Don't do it. It's not okay. These oils are very concentrated. Someone once told me that 1 drop of peppermint equates to 28 cups of peppermint tea. These are very concentrated. You don't want them in those sensitive areas. Some oils are considered hot oils. Those oils can feel hot to the skin when applied without proper dilution. And some other, not all oils are safe to take internally. And citrus oils can actually cause a sensitivity to sunlight if applied and then gone if you go out in the sun. So this dilution guide is really great. Looks complicated, I know. Looks super complicated. But for kids, so the bottles down at the bottom, 10, 15, 30, 60 mil. We typically use a 15, recycled 15 mil if we're gonna make something. But like the roller, I'm gonna make a custom roller today. I'm gonna go grab Kara in a second. It's only a 5 mil. So we're only gonna use 2 drops of essential oils for this whole baby. So maybe 4, because my kids are older. But we're gonna use some real gentle oils. So I'm gonna go grab Kara really quick.
Yay. Okay, while she's gone, do you want to tell us anything about yourself? What have you been doing all day?
Well, we've been swinging and we've been sleeping in the tent.
Oh, yeah.
Which 2 nights ago it was freezing.
Cool. Cool. Okay. Let's see. I don't know about you guys, but when I first saw this dilution guide, I was a little panicked. I was really nervous about using oils incorrectly on my kids because I had heard that they could burn. And so in general, I would say be aware of the citrus oils, be aware of hot oils like thyme or oregano. Those are really, really sensitive oils. If you put those directly on the skin, especially like under a Band-Aid or something, you can definitely produce a blister. Some people are sensitive to different oils in different ways. So I personally get a little bit of a redness if I use cinnamon. It doesn't really hurt. It just gets warm and red. And this one, which one do you? Peppermint. She can't stand peppermint on her skin. And a lot of people are just fine with peppermint, but she can't stand it in any way on the surface of her skin. So this is just something that if you find that you're sensitive to a certain oil, you can actually use fractionated coconut oil, and you can rub a little bit of coconut oil into that spot, and it'll help disperse the oil more evenly, and it'll help take away some of that sensitivity, right? And then what's really cool, Hannah, whenever you get back, just let me know that you're here. But what's really cool about essential oils is there are actually many different oils that have the same properties. And so you can most likely find something that does brings about a similar response with a different oil. And that's one thing that's really cool about this kids kit that we're going to be talking about in just a minute, is that they have used oils that are very gentle on the skin, but they also have the same effects or similar effects that other oils that are more popular but maybe a little stingy. So for example, this one that we're going to talk about in just a minute, the adult version of this uses peppermint, And this one uses spearmint, which is a much more gentle oil. You okay with spearmint?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's totally okay with spearmint.
All right. You want to make a roller?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to tilt my computer way down so you guys can see this. Kara is going to make a sleepy time roller, and anyone that orders a 100 PB order from this class is going to be entered to get this roller. So for free, and we will mail it to you. All right. So, whoa, this is going to be low. Can you do this, Kara?
Yeah.
All right, now stand up. So we're going to be using lavender, which is a great calming oil, and cedarwood. Cedarwood is amazing for sleep. We love those. All right, that is Grammy. Grammy's on here. All right, so can you do 2 drops of lavender? Count them, they come out fast. 1, 2. And then we're going to do 2 drops of cedarwood. You have to squeeze the top. Whoa.
2.
Do 1 more. You didn't get it in. There you go. Good job. So the reason why we have a little dropper on this one is cedarwood.
It's not filled up.
I know, we have to put the coconut oil in.
I put it.
The reason we have a dropper on our cedarwood is because cedarwood is a thicker oil, and we just think that it comes out a little bit nicer. So, all right, let's drop it in. You kind of have to shake it a little bit, like upside down. See? Nice. A little more. Keep going. All right, perfect. All right, you want to take that out? You can just set it right there. Perfect. And then why don't you put the roller ball top in? Push it way down. Push down, push down, push down. Oh, good job. Perfect. There we go. All right. And that is it.
Way to go, Kara. That was so good.
Yeah, so we've got a sleepy time. So,
So we have it too.
yeah, we have that one. Don't you worry. All right.
When do you put that one on, Kara?
Well, either one. The purple one. When do you like that one?
One night time.
Nighttime.
Where do you put it?
You have to speak up so they can hear you.
On my feet and on my chest.
On your chest.
Nice. That's perfect.
Yeah. Thank you for helping us.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Kara.
You want to go watch your own TV? Okay. Thanks.
Okay. So we are actually, I'm going to keep it on speaker for just a second. Hold on a second. So we are actually going to make it even simpler than what Kara just showed you. You can actually make topical rollers exactly like that, and it's very, very simple, and it's really cost effective to do that because you actually use just a few drops of oil at a time, and you get the effect just as you would if you used a whole bunch of drops. So what's neat about dilution is that it actually makes the oil more effective and not less effective. So if we dilute things in other areas of life, it feels like you're gonna make it less effective. But it actually helps drive it into the skin. And it actually helps keep it in place because oils are so volatile. They want to turn into a gas. They want to turn into an aromatic use. They want to evaporate. That's the word I was looking for. And so you have to kind of keep them in place in order for them to actually absorb into the skin and to be pumped through your circulatory system. So, but we're going to show you the super convenient kit that has everything already pre-diluted for kids from ages, I think the ages are like from 3 on up. Do you know, Hannah, specifically what they're supposed to be?
No.
Okay, that's okay. I think
them.
even like for if they're going to use them themselves, I think there was a recommendation that they should be like 4 and up to use them themselves. But you can, these are so gentle that you can use them on very little ones, especially on the bottoms of their feet. And if you have tiny, tiny ones, we've even recommended that you would take a dropper and split it between 3 bottles and fill it up the rest of the way with coconut oil. So there's a lot of ways that you can use this particular kit. Esther is going to show you a couple of her favorites. Okay, which one, is this the one that you go for the most?
Yeah.
Okay, let me turn the light down. There we go. Okay, hold it right up there to the camera. This is
I like that one too.
Yeah, the Rescuer. Why do you like that one?
Because I'm always sore a lot, so it makes it feel better.
Yeah. It does smell really good. So you just roll it on when you need it?
Mhm.
Nice. Is there another one that you pick?
Yes.
There's 7 oils in this
I
kit.
like this one.
Okay, so this is the Stronger. And this is great for immune support. We would put that one on the bottoms of our feet, or if somebody's dealing with maybe a sore throat or we've been exposed to something, sometimes we'll put it back behind the ears, in front of the ears, kind of down along the throat a little bit. Yeah? Okay, and then my favorite mom oil to use for her is the Tamer, and that's because kids just get that tummy ache at bedtime. And mine are actually growing out of it, that like, is it a real tummy ache? Are they just trying to prolong bedtime? What's really going on here? And, you know, just the fact that essential oils don't build up in your system. That's what Hannah was saying earlier. They're not going to add extra pressure to your organs. And so I would never send my kid to the medicine cabinet to get their own tummy ache relief, but I can completely send her to get this. Let me see if I can, there, nope. My light is so bright.
I might be able to do it. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. I can send her to get the turquoise oil from the bag, and she can roll it on her own tummy, or I can spend a little time with her rolling it on her tummy. And, you know, sometimes they really do have a tummy ache. Sometimes they just need a little added attention at bedtime, and that's really okay. And oils kind of give us that moment to like give her a little extra attention, really care for her, a kind touch, and then send her to bed. And I've never had a kid get Tamer rolled on their tummy and then the second tummy ache happens. I've never had that in the whole time that we've been using oils. So it's effective in one way or another, right? So I'm gonna go. Thank you, babe. You're so sweet. Bye. I'm gonna go back to our slides here. Okay, so we have some really simple ways for you to get started. We have this set of pre-mixed rollers, and this slide was made before the 7th one. The 7th one is actually my favorite. Tamer came out. So we have Stronger, Brave, Thinker, Steady, Rescuer, Calmer, and now Tamer. And then we're going to talk about some basic nutritional foundation that we can use. What's cool about this set of oils is that they've divided it into 3 areas of your child's needs. This one is the body. So these 3 that you're seeing on this slide is all about the physical body. So Stronger is just like the adult version of On Guard, except On Guard is pretty harsh. It has some very spicy oils in it. Stronger is absolutely not harsh at all. So Hannah was telling me earlier that she can't sleep with On Guard on her feet. So even as an adult, she uses the Stronger blend because it's really nice. And it has some oils that we haven't even used individually in our home because they're precious and expensive. And so Rose, one of the most special oils in this one is Rose. Rescuer, again, is great for muscles. It's great for if they have shin splints from walking or running, if they are, yesterday she was on the swing for like 2 hours, and her sides were really sore for 2 solid days. And so she really, when she says she likes Rescuer, she really does. It's like our Deep Blue for adults, but there's not that sensitive peppermint element. Rescuer is also really good if you are personally sensitive to peppermint and you have a headache. You can just put it right on your temples and right across the hairline, and that is helpful for that too.
I actually have a friend who uses Rescuer instead of Deep Blue because it doesn't have peppermint, and she's nursing. So she can't use the Deep Blue while she's nursing because of the risk of drying or limiting your supply a little bit. So she actually uses Rescuer.
That is so smart. Yeah, spearmint does not have the same effect on drying up your milk that peppermint does. And then, of course, we have Tamer. I used to teach this very similar class, and I would say you're going to need the kids kit, but you have to add Digestin because there's nothing for a tummy ache in this kids kit. And it was a huge oversight, and it was like they were watching. I know they weren't watching my classes, but I'm not that popular. But it was like they were watching my classes and said, oh, okay, we'll add a 7th oil, because this was like an answer to our prayers to have a kid's version of a digestive blend. So if you have Digest Zen, the grown-up full-strength version, you can absolutely make a roller just like Hannah just showed you, or you can grab the Tamer blend and it's just ready to go. And if you see on this slide, there's a little person. There's a little guy with his hands out. That is the insignia for the 3 physical body support oils. And each group has its own little insignia, as you'll see. Hannah's gonna tell us about the next 2.
Yeah. So one more thing about Tamer before we move on. So we had a hard time trying to teach our kids about how much to put on, because my 4-year-old likes to just keep going in circles over and over, and then all of a sudden he's using a lot of oil. So, and Anna and I, less oil more often is always better. So what we actually taught with the Tamer is now he makes a smiley face on his stomach around his belly button as the nose, and it gets just the right amount of oil on there and he doesn't go overboard. So just a little tip for any moms.
That is brilliant. That's a pro tip right there.
So the mind oils, I'm going to grab them. So Calmer and Thinker. Calmer, we go through often. This is one that we use every single night. It smells like sleep to me now because we use it so often at bedtime. It has all of the calming oils in it, which is great. It has lavender, canagna, Buddha wood, and Roman chamomile. It's a really pleasant smelling oil. This one is also really good if you have a child that struggles with temper tantrums. This can be a really good calming tool in your mom tool belt. Some ways that Anna and I have used oils over the years is by putting them on us. If your child isn't ready to have oils put on them, is you can always use them on yourself. One of the ways we like to, we'll put it on our neck, or we'll take a little bit in our hand and rub it through our hair, give them a big hug, and they just kind of then get the aromatic benefits of these oils.
Absolutely. That one in particular, and she's not here right now, but she's the most sensitive to being treated with oils when she doesn't want to be. And so what I've learned is not only is it good for me, I mean, it's good for her, for me to put those oils on me because she's getting the benefit. I have noticed, and sometimes we try to treat somebody else when really we're the one who needs it. I have noticed that I am more patient in dealing with a tantrum, and that I'm able to just kind of think through the situation if I personally put it on myself and take a few deep breaths. And actually, I'm more likely to listen to what the issue is also. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Thinker has been a new addition to my daily oils. We've had this one for a while. We just don't use it often, but we are distance learning. This guy comes out all the time now. It's called the Thinker. It's a focus blend. It's really great for kids when they're trying to work on schoolwork or doing homework after school or just need a little bit of focus time. So if you would have asked me before this kids line was introduced, what oils are good for after school, it would be rosemary and peppermint. And both of those are in this. This is a great blend to use. We use it before we start distance learning every day that we do that because we've got a 4-year-old that likes to interrupt us a lot. So as my mother, I'm sure, saw this morning. So some other great options is, so when you buy this kit, the picture on the slide here shows a white cap. Mine does have a white cap. It's underneath this little silicone guy. These little silicone toppers have a hole at the top. She took all my things. Stinker. Kara was helping me get ready and she took all my little carabiners. So they have these little carabiners that you can hook on top and you can attach them to your kids' backpacks when they go back to school. This is a great option. Kara's teacher has no problem with her bringing oils to school as long as she doesn't use them on anyone else. And Kara knows that. And I trust her. She's very good about that. So this would be a great one to let your kids take with them to school if they're having trouble focusing in class or just in general at school. This is a great one. Or if, for us right now, if you're working from home, this is a good one for that too.
For sure.
Not just for kids. We use them just as much as we use them on our kids. So.
And another oil that's in that Thinker one is vetiver. And just to be like compliant, for people who struggle with attention issues, that one has been like touted by therapists with kids going through attention issues. And so that's really a really good oil for focus. And it's also a really good oil to help like calm just those crazy like intrusive thoughts, or you just calm down the brain a little bit and just kind of get to work. So yeah, they were really wise in coming up with these blends here.
Yeah, and it's really awesome that a lot of these blends have their equivalent in the normal oils, the other oils that doTERRA offers, but these blends were created specifically with more gentle oils. So these would also be great for an elderly grandparent too, or someone that's more sensitive. These are just as powerful, just a little more gentle. So again, how we talked about how it works on a cellular level, it works just as well. So yeah. All right. So next we have Steady and Brave. These are my favorite.
Me too.
Like, it's hard to pick a favorite of the 7, but these are my favorite, not for my kids. Like,
right.
So Brave smells like sunshine. I don't know how else to describe it. It's a happy oil. It makes me so happy. It smells fruity and lovely. It's a courage blend. We used this a ton when Kara went to kindergarten. And she had to ride the bus. It was very sad for Mom and for Kara. And it was really cool to see her entire demeanor change after putting this oil on her and taking a few deep breaths. She went from really nervous to much calmer. I mean, the emotions are still there, of course, but she went from being anxiety ridden to she took a deep breath and she realized she was still going to come home at the end of the day. And it was a really good transition. And I think partly was because of the oils. And it was really good for me too after. So that's one that we turn to a lot. I like the smell of it, so I actually wear it as perfume often. And then we have Steady, which is the grounding blend. Sorry, this is really far away. I should, get up close. Steady is the grounding blend for kids. This one is fantastic for kids that are bouncing off the walls or dealing with temper tantrums and just overstimulated. This is a really good oil for that. Recently Hudson was really sick, and I was trying to treat him naturally and just support his body, and I was focusing on the symptoms of him and going that route. And a friend of mine said that he didn't want any of that. He just wanted his body to be supported. And when we switched gears over to just supporting him, he bounced back much quicker. So that was really cool to see that he didn't need all the things. He just needed to feel supported and grounded, and that was what he needed. And I really enjoyed seeing that side of him. So, and we love Steady. So this is the oil Hudson likes. This and Tamer probably are his favorites if he had to pick two.
That's really cool. You don't really think of part of being sick for kids as being like maybe anxious about how they feel, because they're not really seeing the end of it, right? And so like I love that he started feeling better physically as soon as he felt better kind of emotionally.
Yeah, it really was like a 180 within a few hours. So
that's awesome. I have another mom hack for Steady. We've been in quarantine for a little over a month now. We've been home and working together, and trying to share space and all that. And this just sounds insane, but I developed a tick in my eyebrow like the first day. And you know how when you just have one of those things that just won't stop bouncing, it just drives you insane. And I lived with it, because that's my history, is just living with things, because there's no way I was going to take medication for stuff. And so I'm still relearning to actually address things with my body and just teach kids how to address things that they're dealing with their bodies instead of ignoring them. But finally, after 2 weeks, I was like, I got to find an oil that helps with this. So I was actually using the Adult Balance. I mean, it's not really for adults, it's for anybody, but Balance is the grounding blend on the adult level. And I used it above my eyebrow and below my eyebrow. And I'm talking within like 2 minutes, that twitch had stopped. I was like, why did I deal with this for 24 hours a day for 2 weeks? So that's funny. So 4 oils that you can use for this are Steady, this green one, because I just tried it and it did work. Calmer, the purple one, and then Balance and Serenity are also helpful for that. And when you have them in a roller, they also are really cold, and so it's also soothing in that way. So it's probably physical and also emotional stress that's causing that. Okay, let's move on. Part of natural solutions, working for your kids' bodies, working for your own bodies, it's really just part of a balanced lifestyle, okay? Essential oils are going to work better if the rest of your life is also starting to kind of come into balance. So we're talking about physical activity, having time in the sunshine, dealing with emotional needs, and then also, sleep and all of those things. And then also nutrition. Nutrition is a huge part of it, because your body can't build healthy cells if it doesn't have the building blocks for those cells, nutrition, coming into it. And so 3 things that we really love for our family, and I know Hannah uses these in her family as well, are the PB Assist Junior, that is a probiotic powder. It's incredible. It's very good for keeping a healthy gut, which is a big part of immune support also. Everybody's really concerned with immune support. They are like a little micro encapsulated probiotic powder. They taste like strawberry and watermelon, and they are delicious. The kids fight over them. I would hold ours up, except that we always run out because I have 4 kids who never forget to take their probiotics at night.
Yeah, we're in the same boat. We literally, like, my husband is like, can I have one of the kids' ones? Like,
they're delicious.
It's like a pixie stick. Of course you like it. Like, it is so good.
It's delicious.
Yeah, that is hands down one of the best products we have in our house.
Right. Well, and it's cool because the 2 strains that they use in the PB Assist Junior are actually completely different strains of probiotics that are in the PB Assist for grownups. And so you can actually mix and match. You can take those and it's actually going to benefit you in a way that the other ones won't. The A to Z chewable tablets, again, this is one that my kids really love. They look forward to taking that with breakfast in the morning. That is going to be your micronutrients, your vitamins, your minerals, all of that, because those are the building blocks for building those healthy cells. Lots of vitamin C in that as well, which is one of those cellular developers that helps with immune system as well. And then we have the IQ Mega, which is your omega-3s. Our standard American diet is way lopsided when it comes to oils and fats. And we all have way too many omega-6s with the meat that we eat, and our body really needs those healthy oils. Our brains really need them, especially kids. Developing their brains and their joints and all of the things that go into that. So this one, it's oil. It's very oily. I don't recommend putting it in a smoothie, especially a milk-based smoothie. It didn't work for us, but my kids liked it because it has wild orange in it. So my kids like it just the spoonful. And then I have a friend who puts it in her son's orange juice every morning, and he loves it. He loves it that way.
Yeah, we actually put it, so every morning we take it a little bit with some elderberry. That's just what works for us. It masks the taste. Kara does not like it on its own. So she likes it in her elderberry, and it lasts a while, this bottle.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, it really does. Okay. So what we've done, we want to make it as simple as possible, especially if you're just getting started with oils in general. We didn't want you to have to, come up with 40 different oils. I mean, I think Hannah and I were talking about how many oils are represented in this kit. It's at least 40. Okay, so we don't want you to have to worry about making your own rollers or getting your own carrier oil. We really think that if we were to start again, if I were personally to start again, I would start with this kids collection roller set. It's cheaper to purchase the set with the flashcards and the toppers and everything than it is to buy them separately. And so,
did we?
What? We didn't talk about the flashcards. The flashcards are so cool. They show exactly like how to use them, when to use them, and where to put them.
So I'll just show, like, for example, there's a Brave card for the Brave oil. And then on the back, it says, before new or different situations or just to start your day, roll Brave onto your tummy or bottoms of feet for a boost of courage and confidence. So it literally tells you there's one for each oil, how to use them. They're great. They come with a little key ring, and then it also has a little note for caregivers, how to use them. So
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a good thing to have.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Also, the tablets and the omegas we put them in a bundle to help save money. That I'm all about saving money when we get started. We're all on a budget. Okay, so these are all kind of just bundled in order to get the most bang for your buck. And then let's talk about membership for just a second. I know membership can seem scary. I know that there are a lot of memberships out there that kind of you get stuck in and you feel trapped and you wish you weren't part of the system anymore. I was unwilling to even purchase doTERRA if that was going to be the kind of company that this was. I feel very confident about the integrity of this company and the way they do business. There is no minimum purchase ever. Okay, you are going to get, if you do go for the wholesale membership, which is a 1 year 25% discount is really what it is. It's a discount for an entire year. The membership cost is $35, and that's included in this 204 right here, and that gets you the 25% off for the entire year, and that's the minimum discount you'll get. Usually I don't even pay wholesale. There's always some special that you're able to do, or you can, there's a system where you can earn free product by collecting points and things like that. So it's a really, really good deal. There's no mandatory monthly order. You can do an order. There's no minimum on that monthly order. It's just a really, really good thing. A friend of mine said, wait, so it's $35 and you only have to purchase what you want when you want it? And I said, yes, because there are a lot of other companies out there that don't have that. So we just wanted you to feel really confident and that you weren't going to get locked into something. And there are so many benefits to being a member also. I and Hannah each have a kind of a separate business. We work together, but we do have our separate businesses. And we each have a community on Facebook that this will kind of get you into. So we send you supportive emails and we're here to help you as you get started. This is literally our job, is to help support you and help you learn and get comfortable doing this. So I just feel like it's so worth it. But all that to say, it is worth it at $35, but we want to help you with that if possible. So we've decided for the next 24 hours, if you're brand new to doTERRA, if you've never purchased doTERRA and you would have to get that membership, that $35 membership, we want to help you with that. We want to pay $20 of it. We'll split it with you so that your membership would only be $15 for a year. That is going to pay for itself probably in the first oil that you purchase, probably in your first purchase. And you can, we can send that to you, either Venmo or PayPal, or you can choose a $20 oil and we'll just send that out to you also. So it's totally your choice how you redeem that, but that is going to be before midnight tonight. So if you're watching this as a replay or a recording and it's not yet midnight on April 15th, 2020, that applies to you as well.
Anna, that's not tonight, that's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow, yes. Sorry, tomorrow night, the 15th.
Yeah, this is like an awesome collection. Again, this collection is definitely one that we reach for daily, multiple times a day. I don't think there's a day that goes by that we don't use one or all 7 of these oils. So we highly recommend them, and the kit is awesome. So, but
yeah.
So I actually posted the links in the comments in the chat box. So if you are interested in these, if Anna invited you, click on her link. If I invited you, click on my link. And then if you're catching the replay, it's linked in the email. So just head there and check it out. And it's totally customizable. So if you want to add something or subtract something just to suit your needs, and we'd love to help you too. If you want to make a custom cart, we'd be happy to help you with that. So just reach out to either Anna or I.
Yeah, and whatever you decide to do, if you know, if one piece of this isn't exactly what you need, you know, Hannah and I don't actually care how much you spend. What we really want is for you to have what you need when you need it. We want you to feel prepared, and we want you to feel confident using these things for your kids and in your family. And we just want you to have what you need when you need it. We can't always just run out to the pharmacy right now. And so it's really nice to have these things to be able to grab off the shelf, because we don't know if we're going to have a tummy ache next week, or we don't know if somebody's going to wake up with nightmares and need Brave, you know? And so it's really just great to have it when you need it. But if one part of this isn't quite what you need, and maybe you need something else, maybe you need something personal for yourself, you can take things out, you can put them in, and we want to honor that, that membership deal, that $20 deal, as long as your total is above 100 PV. So you can see this one is about 135 PV. That's product value. That's doTERRA dollars. It's a global company, so that's, you know, it's not US dollars. PV is across the board globally. But so we're going to honor whatever it is if it's above 100 PV, and if it's not in your budget, you can just whittle that down to whatever whatever's right for you. That's what's great about doTERRA's membership also, is that you can start really small and you can just add monthly or every other month or whatever it is. There's no penalty for not purchasing, and there's no penalty for purchasing just a couple things at a time.
So does anyone have any questions? Anna and I love this quote so much. It's kind of become our mantra at the end of every class, is do the best you can until you know better. And then once you know better, do better. It applies to so many things. So if you guys have questions, feel free to hop on and ask. You can ask in the chat, you can just start talking. Otherwise, thanks for an awesome class. I'm glad you guys made it. It's really nice when we have people.
It is.
Thank you. It was very well presented. I learned some things about those oils. I think they're a great mix. And it's absolutely true that you have to have the stuff on hand in advance. I look at it as my non-pharmacy drugstore.
Absolutely.
When you have an owie, you know, that's not when you go buy Band-Aids. You know, you just have to have the stuff on hand and know a little bit about how to use them, or have a reference guide. You know, been using them for many years and have received many phone calls from mostly Hannah's friends or younger moms saying, you know, my little one has this and now my husband got it, and making runs, you know, almost in the middle of the night. It's like, either your next 8 hours are going to be horrible, or just let me bring the oil over so you can, what else are you going to do? Pharmacy's closed, your doctor's not calling you back. So that little bit of preparation goes a long way, and having all that on hand. I wish I had it when my kids were little, but just having a little bit, and you know, the body uses all the oils differently, and we're afraid often to use the wrong one, but we don't feel that using the wrong cough syrup, you know, did I need an expectorant or a decongestant? It's kind of like, I don't know, just try it. You know, that's what we did when they were younger. And using a little bit of oil, somehow the body will use it for what its current need is. I mean, there's hardly ever a time where it's like, oh, that was definitely the wrong thing. I don't think that's ever happened with an oil. Where it has happened with over-the-counter medications, it's like, okay, that backfired. Now I got to wait 8 hours or 12 hours before we can try another dose of something.
Exactly.
So,
and I've unfortunately used expired over-the-counter stuff on my children and been very, very sorry.
that you did, right. And you have that, you know, you're so tired and you're delusional yourself, and it's like, I don't know, just give it to them. It's got to be better than nothing. And then you realize, no, nothing would have been better.
Right.
But with the oils, you can just use a little drop of something, you know, if it's it's going to improve the body's ability to respond, no matter what it is. So you don't have to worry that it's the perfect oil. There may be a better oil, but using whatever one you have on hand for the situation is likely going to improve things. So, well done. Wish I had some, those oils when my kids were younger.
Yeah. Well, me too. Me too. Mine have grown up mostly without them, but we're correcting that.
Yeah, that's right. When you know better, do better.
That's right. That's right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out with us today. I'm going to stop